All right, look, on my channel, we get straight to the content, and I normally don't do a double upload, but I'm doing a double upload. So listen, I'm at the crib by myself, solo, you know what I'm saying? About to watch some sports, you know what I'm saying? Making some tacos. So I'm clicking on the YouTube algorithm, and I see Stephen A. Smith with a picture of Jason Whitlock. If y'all not familiar with Stephen A. Smith, Whitlock, do your research. But they got a lot of beef, right? So recently, from watching this video with Stephen A. Smith, he's saying that Jason Whitlock was on Sage Still's show, right? Kicking his back in. So Stephen A. Smith is complaining. I don't know if y'all know this. When you hear Stephen A. Smith, Sage Still, and Jason Whitlock, that is raccoon on raccoon on raccoon crime. These are some of the biggest raccoons in media right now. I'm listening to Stephen A. Smith go on a rant. A couple times I turned it off because Stephen A. Smith is kind of cringe to me. I can't lie. So he's like, Stephen A. Smith saying, oh, I don't disrespect people. I don't make it personal. Did he forget about how he treated Kyrie? Did he forget how recently he had all this beef with LeBron and he went on every podcast talking to LeBron, talking about LeBron? What is Stephen A. Smith talking about? Now, granted, y'all can tell I'm not a Stephen A. Smith fan. And I really hate that him and Stephen A. Skip Bayless ruined sports, like sports talk. They ruined it. I'm 40 years old. I feel bad that the young bulls, like if you 40 or older than me, yo, you remember when you would go home and turn on ESPN and it was just highlights? And it was like people like Stuart Scott, R.I.P. Stuart Scott. Dudes like Stephen A. Smith and Jason Whitlock make me miss Stuart Scott even more. I didn't know what political stances, what religion Stuart Scott said. All I know was he was going to call these highlights and make it sound awesome, bro. Y'all remember anytime we turned on ESPN, it was highlights? Do y'all remember that? Y'all remember when Scott Van Pelt had hair? Rich Eisen? The list, yo, ESPN was the greatest thing when I was growing up, yo. And I remember when Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless, first Skip Bayless started off with Woody Page. I think the show was called Cold Pizza. But like, I remember that Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless energy. And I never liked it. And I watched it. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I remember when Stephen A. Smith, it wasn't viral back then, but we all know he was going to go Rasho Nastaravic. Once that wave started, it was downhill. The hate that Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith spewed over these years, disgusting activity. And now we're here and we realize Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless are some of the most sensitive men on social media. Can't take accountability when they wrong. Cry, bitch, complain, and moan and groan when people call them out. It's crazy. So I don't really have a lot of sympathy for whatever Jason Whitlock says about or to Stephen A. Smith. I really don't. And I think Jason Whitlock is one of the fattest raccoons we got out here, bro. I'm always shocked when these people, and ever since Trump became president, I'm not trying to make it like political or nothing, but like you see people cling on to things and they don't care about their legacy. It's weird. I'm a regular person like y'all. Even we have legacy. How our kids love us when we're gone. How our family thinks about us. What they say about us when we're gone. No one respects their legacy. Jason Whitlock is going to have one of the worst legacies of all time. And it's crazy because he never caused harm to anybody. But the way he spews hate, He's always going to be remembered for that. Why would you want to be remembered like that? So hateful. All the time. It's crazy. Stephen A. Smith was going in. Boy, we don't care. Stephen A. Smith, we don't care what you go through. I'm not going to lie, bro. During that COVID stuff, how you handle Kyrie, and my boy Kyrie was actually right. Listen, if you got the COVID vaccination, ain't nobody clowning y'all. Y'all felt like y'all was doing the right thing in your heart. But me and Kyrie wasn't getting that. No, sirree. And all you had to do was disrespect him, and you didn't feel the need to apologize to him. Now, granted, if Stephen A. Smith was gunning at everybody that didn't get the COVID vaccination, I would respect it. But y'all remember how he was acting when it came to Aaron Rodgers. He handled Aaron Rodgers with kid gloves. But when it was Kyrie, kicked Buddy back all the way in, like when Bane was fighting Batman. Try to break Kyrie back. So much so Kyrie dad had to get involved. And then it still took Stephen A. Smith 4 years to apologize. Trifling activity. Not gonna lie. But I'm making my tacos. I'm sweating right now. I made them a little too spicy. And I'm watching him complain about Jason Whitlock. Stephen A. Smith, bro, you're not getting no sympathy out here. Even recently, he will kiss Trump's feet. He will barely say anything about Trump in a negative light. Y'all got to go do y'all research on how he was talking about Jasmine Crockett. Disgusting, but that's what he does. Listen, right now I got a channel, right? Shout out to all my people. My subscribers going up, my views going up. I appreciate y'all, right? Right now, I could go, my YouTube could blow up right now if I kick black people back in the whole time. And if I just said, police brutality, I understand it. And if I just had all these crazy, disgusting views towards black people as a black man, my channel will go out this window. My channel will go out the roof. But how could I sleep at night knowing that I'm a bitch ass nigga like that? I ain't on no body shaming. I'm not the most in shape bull. Jason Whitlock, little fat ass. Hey, yo, bro. You so fat. You probably don't really get bitches like that. I don't even know if Jason Whitlock got kids. I said this in another video. You got to be careful with these media personalities because they have mental issues. I don't think Jason Whitlock happy with life. So when Jason Whitlock got opinions on stuff, well, who cares? The next video I'm probably going to do is Marcellus Wiley handling Jason Whitlock with kid gloves. Because, Marcellus Wiley. Listen, it's nothing wrong. Me personally, I got some Republican views. I got some Democratic views. You got to be careful. And I watch a lot of his content. And I watch a lot of content. I'm regular like y'all. I be in these YouTube streets. Gotta be careful of Marcellus Wiley. I listen to enough content. He don't kick black people back in. But when it's time, it's something about him. I can't quite describe it right now. Something about Marcellus Wiley. I ain't going to call him a full-fledged raccoon, but it's something up with that guy. Got to keep my eye on him. Got to watch his content to see how he talks about Jason Whitlock. Because normally when he talks about Jason Whitlock, he has a lot of love for Jason Whitlock. And they had Speak for Yourself actually started off with Jason Whitlock and Marcellus Wiley. Now, granted, I used to watch that show. Had to cut it off because it was really Jason Whitlock hating on black athletes. It's a lot, yo. Like I said in another video, some people call this the second age of enlightenment because we got all this information. You know what I mean? It's a lot of people in the culture that's not for the culture. It's an old school saying, all skin folk ain't kin folk. It's a lot of black coonery going on out here, y'all. It ain't just Myron Gaines. It ain't just the Hodge twins. It ain't just Anton Daniels. You got to watch for the fence sitters. When I say a fence sitter, don't mean a person that's in the middle. Like, yo, I got some Republican views. I got some Democratic views. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm not here bashing nobody that even voted for Trump. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not making it political. But you got to be careful with these black people that quick to kick their own people back in. But when it comes to other cultures, they don't have nothing to say. Stephen A. Smith will talk about black people. He'll talk about black people a lot. You know who he never talk about? Them folks in Israel. Hey, yo, them folks in Israel be having y'all in a headlock, figure four leg lock. They be having y'all about to get suplex, put y'all through the table like Bubba Ray and Devon Dudley. Y'all, a lot of cowardly activity is getting shown nowadays because y'all quick to kick black people back in. But when it comes to them folks from Israel, y'all be real submissive. Yo, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. I think talking to, like, disrespecting black people, like black Americans, that's like low-hanging fruit. When it's time to really go at people in positions of power that really are oppressing people, I'm not trying to get, well, I'm not monetized anyway, so I can't get demonetized, but I'm not trying to mess up the algorithm. But when it comes to like this country and that other country, it's a lot of weird stuff going on. A lot of y'all don't talk about it, but y'all gonna talk about some black stuff real quick. That's coonery. Stephen A. Smith loved talking about politics. I have yet to hear him talk about Israel's influence on American politics. Come on. Now, why y'all fighting while I'm making a video? This is crazy. Y'all gonna have the subscribers thinking this is Michael Vick house. But I don't know, man. Stephen A. Smith, you did a lot of whining and crying. Most black folks ain't gonna give you sympathy. Like, subscribe, turn your notifications on. Yo, please, if you watch this video, subscribe. I talk about a lot of stuff. I'm a up and coming YouTuber. I'm trying to do my thing. If y'all watch this video, please, please, please subscribe, man. It really helps me out in the algorithm. And like I said, I'm not right about everything, but I'm going to be popping it. And I answer mostly every comment. So like, subscribe, turn your notifications on. I'm out.